Okay, so I felt very called to do this topic tonight because I decided to reach out to um, coaches in the downline who are not personally sponsored by me. I like to do this because when someone, it would be like if Carolyn reached out to my PS coaches who are on this call, like it would make you feel um that more valued. It would make you feel like, wow, this girl really sees me. Like she is really acknowledging that I'm showing up on social media and she really wants to help me because I totally do. But it's just really good. And that's a huge tip. So like when your girls um have coaches on their teams, never be afraid to reach out to their girls because that would really make their day, and it really shows them that like you're actually watching them and you're not just watching your team. Like it's so good to reach down in the down line and to help everyone on the team because at the end of the day, we are all a team. You know, it's not just her team and her team and her team, even though it like technically is. It's good to make everyone feel as a whole. So anyways, that's why I'm doing this tonight. So waiting until you're fully organized with this business is completely holding you back from hitting Emerald and moving forward in general. And because the reason I did this also is because when I reached out to everyone, like, what is your like number one struggle right now in the business? Like, what is something I can help you with today? Every single one of them said they're trying to find a better routine. They're trying to get more organized. And I hear this from so many new people. And even when they're a year into this is still like the number one thing that is holding them back when it should not even be holding you back whatsoever, actually. So in May, it'll be my 6 years with the company. And yes, I'm organized, but shit ain't perfect at all. Um, Yay, Sheila's coming. My days look different from day to day, and I do this full time. So that's just to show you that even when you do decide to go full time or when you're able to finally go full time with this business, your days are going to look different every single day. Although that is sort of the beauty with being full time with this is that every day can look different. Like today, me and Knox literally were outside in the sun from like 10 a.m. to noon. We came in and did lunch. I didn't do that yesterday. So it's like something new every day. And it's almost like I wouldn't necessarily calling it go with the flow, but it's like being open to having an open schedule because that's the beauty in this business is creating your own schedule. You're not on a strict schedule. I don't have a boss. And you just have to take action on the most important things. So, as a new coach in your first year, your top priorities, obviously besides yourself, the business priorities are inviting and following up, connecting and following up, connecting and following up. Stop taking the focus off of those two things because you're comparing yourself to someone on the team or someone else in the network and thinking they're so much further along. They're running this group. I should be running group. No, you shouldn't. No, you should not. Because if you're not at Emerald and if you're not hitting Success Club, you should not be doing extra things, period. Until you can hit Success Club consistently and until you're an Emerald, don't feel the need to do tons of extra things because it's taking the focus off of what is most important. And that is why you're not at Emerald yet. That is why you're not at Success Club yet. So get a couple notebooks and just start tracking everything. Anytime you message someone, write it down. Anytime you see me post something on the team page, write it down. Stop thinking that you can do this business in your head. Just write everything down. Start tracking your business. Every year, this business will start making more and more sense the longer that you're in it. But in your first year, it's all about putting yourself out there and connecting with people every day. You do not need a perfect routine for this business to work for you, so stop making this business complicated because it's very simple. Next is I love this. I love this one. I love this one. You don't need to be scrolling, and your story shouldn't come before your invites or personal development. I'll be the first one to say that. Get rid of those distractions and things that are causing you to procrastinate and watch your business grow. I know this for a fact because in my first few years, Because I really didn't take this business serious until April of 2019. I was 6 months pregnant. And oh my God, people are flowing through. I've had like 4 girls come through on team call. So amazing. We're gonna have to do another boomerang at the end. But if you hold on, guys, hold on. Chris just came in. I can't do this. Babe, what's going on? Okay. Same with stories. I literally can't when people are listening to me. I feel like I can't be myself or something. I want to repeat this because I had 3 new girls that came in that did not hear this. You do not need to be scrolling, and your story should not come before your invites or personal development. This will also make you feel so much better about your business. Because can you imagine if you literally did something for your mind, you already did your connection, so that meant you moved your business forward, and you didn't scroll, and then you got on your story, you would be coming from a place of inspiration and good ass energy. And at the end of the day, that's what people are eating up. They want good energy. They want to feel inspired, and they want to know how they can relate to you and how you can help them. But if you're showing up on your stories in a place of lack or in a place of like a bad mindset all the time, it's going to be, people see that, people feel that, like the energy, they feel your energy. And so that's that. So here's another thing. Maybe this is like more of like what I'm saying is like, stop waiting until you find this perfect routine. You're never going to find that routine. So if you're waiting to find that perfectness, or if you're waiting to find that schedule with this, you'll never find it. Maybe tomorrow you talk on your stories in your car. The next day you're in your bathroom. The next day it's in your living room after your workout. Just find the time. You should not, this should not even take you 10 minutes on your stories. Just talk, especially in your first year. For me, it looks a little bit different because like I said, you guys know I do this full time. So I have more time to dedicate to like stories and content and stuff like that. But in the beginning, no, I didn't. At one point, I worked 2 full-time jobs and I still did coaching when I first moved to Florida. So put captions on, hit send, and move on with your day. By the way, if you talk on your stories, use captions, because I found this out like 3 years ago. A huge influencer, the reason I say she's huge is because I started following her in the very beginning when she wasn't huge, and then she got huge, and she actually replied to my story one day and was like, you should start using captions, because people don't really listen to people who don't use captions unless you're like literally obsessed with them. Because the reality is usually people like watch stories and flip through at work and they don't have time to listen to you. But if you have captions on, they're going to listen to you. When you go on your stories, if you go to like the top, you'll see like the little square with the like face on it. You click that and it has like all the options, like the music, the captions, the poll. You'll see captions and it captions your wording. Just start doing it. You can also take pictures and videos and post later when you find a moment. So if you're like, I don't have time to post my moves of the day. Yes, you do. Just capture it. So like, this is what I do actually. I know in the beginning when you're not so confident, you probably like take like 10 million videos, but I encourage you to like work on that too. And it gets easier with time. It gets better with time because you do grow more confidence. Like in the beginning, like it would take like 10 tries for me to record one video. But now like today, each one, I just saved it and posted because people are not focused on what you're focused on with your body or your angle or the way you looked or what you did, or if you messed up your move. So just record it and be done with it. And then maybe like later when you're on your work break at work, you can post your moves of the day because they're in your camera roll. I still record with hands-free mode on Instagram with like I like to use like a darker filter when I do my moves of the day because it shows my muscle definition more. And then I just save it to my camera roll and I upload like an hour to 2 hours later. And that's me working from home. So don't feel like you have to post it right in that moment, especially if you don't have time. Okay, take advantage when you're in the line at the grocery store or at the doctor's office or sitting in the car line to pick your kids up from school, in between commercials watching TV, or sitting in the passenger seat. Like when I go home to Indiana, which I'm about to like this weekend, I know I'm going to be in the car a lot. So that's a perfect opportunity to send out my invites or follow-ups or take a boomerang of me working my business in the car in the front seat and building my business. Like, hello, like take advantage of all of these things and just stop waiting until you have an extra 10 minutes. That extra 10 minutes may never happen. It's pockets in your day. That's how people retire from teaching with this business. That's how people retire from their nursing job. I've seen there's so many people that were in corporate America that make more money with that now. And it's because they worked in pockets of their day with this business. And then same goes with invites. So like with content on your story, same goes with invites. You can send out 5 while you're going to the bathroom. Okay, a little bit TMI, but like I always send voice messages when I'm peeing. I'm like, okay, I'm peeing, but whatever. And then I do that to Raven so many times. I do it to other girls. I literally just don't care. We're all human here. Whatever. Drinking your Energize. Like, so while you're waiting for your Energize to kick in, you can send invites instead of scrolling or doing something else that's not moving your life and business forward. So today on my story, I actually talked to my story about the business while I was waiting for my Energize to kick in. And I actually talked about that. I actually love to talk on my story as if my team, as if all of my followers are already on my team. And that's how I'm able to recruit so many coaches, is because I make them feel comfortable with the business before they're even in here. It's all I talk about because it's what changed my life. And that's why we're all here. So waiting for your food in the microwave, I do that a lot. I cook eggs like every morning, and while the eggs are cooking, I send invites. And I actually posted that, like my post said that today, and another coach, not on our team, but she said I always send out invites when the eggs are cooking in the morning. I just thought that was so funny. I do these things daily. I hardly ever find a dedicated hour to just sit down and work unless Chris is home. Nothing about my day is peaceful unless it's early in the AM before Knox wakes up. Find pockets of time in your day. Next. Lastly, if it takes you longer than a month to hit Emerald, ask yourself these 3 questions. Am I doing personal development every day? And I'm not just talking about reading 1 page, doing 1 affirmation. No. If you do not feel inspired, if you do not feel on cloud 9, like 80% of the time with your, maybe even like 85 to 90% of the time with your personal development, you're just not either doing enough or you're not doing the right personal development. Am I showing up consistently on my social media? And number 3, am I inviting 5 to 10 people a day to this business? You want to lead with, obviously, we're all here to build a business. And it is so crucial that you lead with coaching and the business the most, because that's the most impactful. Of course, you want a mixture of customers and PCs, but always lead with coaching first. And if you're doing all those things and still aren't there, then you can dive deeper with your coach and be like, okay, I feel like I'm doing everything in this business and something still, I'm still not hitting Success Club, I'm still not at Emerald. Then we can chat more. But I can almost guarantee you, if you're not there, you're missing one of those things. And then, so does anyone have any questions? And if you are brand new to like a year into this business, type in the comments if this was helpful and gave you clarity also. Especially, like it's going to give you clarity knowing that we're all doing this in pockets of our day. No one had, unless someone has like help at home, I don't know many people that have a dedicated luxury hour to sit down and do their business unless their kids nap. I mean, I used to have an hour, but Knox stopped napping like 3 months ago, and it's kind of been hell, but we're figuring it out. So, let's just stop this recording. Give me 1 second.